Acquisitions news. Algonquin agrees to path forward on Kentucky Power acquisition. Endeavor completes acquisition of sports betting company OpenBet. Bank of Ireland plc to annul own shares held by the company. Navigator Holdings Limited announces accretive vessel acquisitions through new joint venture with Greater Bay Gas Company. DuPont's $5 BLN acquisition of Rogers isn't going to close on time amid regulatory talks with China. Zoetis announces the completion of its acquisition of Durax, a leading provider of livestock and companion animal products. Bullish news. Avocado industry analysis. The MRC announces expansion into Latin America. Ballard Power stock rallies after $130 million investment in new China HQ, Maya facility. Altria opts to end non-compete agreement with Juul. KIBOW celebrates 25 years of microbiome R&D focusing on CKD patients. Polygon partners with blockchain founders fund to empower Web3 entrepreneurs. Consultancy firms The Bridge, UK, and MJ Global Communications LLC, US, announce strategic partnership. Val Genesis and QBD Pharmaceutical Services partner to deliver best-in-class quality by design and process validation and verification services for life sciences companies. SoulWipe facilitates a stress-free flu season. Ominka's Lode Gold exploration drill program underway at Wingdam. TTM Technologies, Inc. announces distribution agreement with RFMW to support growing demand for RF specialty components. Elon Musk sounds the alarm at a Silicon Valley giant. FinCons Group opens the new Future Gateway in Bari. Mycronic renews bank financing agreement. Lind completes sale of Gist, a non-core business. UNIONPAY Thailand welcomes and stands ready for international visitors. Dominica's Secret Bay pays out $1 million in returns to CBI investors and crosses 100+ investor threshold. Spectacular renovation of flagship location in Miami. Update 1 Altria opts to end non-compete agreement with Juul. Onyx Pickleball donates $10,000 to support breast cancer awareness. SeekOps receives regulatory approval in Alt-FEMP filing for Repsol Canada. The Home Depot Foundation commits up to $1 million to support communities impacted by Hurricane Ian. IONQ secures contract to provide quantum solutions to United States Air Force Research Lab. FOREWARN partners with the multiple listing service of the Greater Northwest Indiana Association of Realtors. Teva reaches agreement with Georgia to settle the state's price-fixing claims. Intercept Pharmaceuticals announces reverse Phase 3 study of obeticholic acid, OCA, in compensated cirrhosis due to NASH did not meet its primary endpoint. Update 1 countries offer help to boost Azeri gas supply to Europe. Altria ends non-compete agreement with troubled vaping company Juul Labs. Equifax announces new expedited options for manual verifications of income. Truss meeting with OBR ends with no sign of policy U-turn. Accuray announces first cyber knife systems in Africa, providing a new option and hope for potentially life-saving radiation treatments for more cancer patients. Sabotaged Nord Stream pipeline releasing large amounts of greenhouse gas. Cathay Pacific sees cargo demand pick up after Chinese National Day holidays. Stryker Corporation, NYSE, SIC, insiders sold $869,000 worth of stock, suggesting impending weakness. Micron shares perk up pre-market on news Japan to grant it $320 million subsidy to make advanced memory chips at Hiroshima plant. EU approves sweeping energy market intervention. New York State joins California in banning gas-powered vehicles. MicroStrategy looks to hire software engineer for building Bitcoin Lightning Network infrastructure. PNC announces redemption of all depository shares representing interests in Series P stock. Aluminum extends gains after record spike on Russia supply fears. Daseke announces $40 million stock repurchase program. Lion Electric congratulates EPA on doubling clean school bus rebate awards to nearly $1 billion. PNM reaches interim carbon reduction goal with closure of coal-fired San Juan generating station. China's spot copper premium to stay elevated as demand improves. President John Adent just bought 38% more shares in Neogen Corporation, Nasdaq, NEOG. Zealand Pharma announces positive results from Phase 3 trial of glepaglutide in patients with short bowel syndrome. Ease 1. Clough Global Opportunities Fund Section 19. Notice. Rocket Pharmaceuticals announces positive updates from Phase 1 clinical trial for RPA 501 in Danon disease at the Heart Failure Society of America. HFSA. Annual Scientific Meeting 2022. Expro completes subsea decommissioning project on Ireland's first indigenous gas wells. FREYR Battery enters into agreement with HENT is to construct Giga Arctic battery production facility. Apple's car crash detection tested by a demolition derby driver. Japan grants Micron $320 million in deepening U.S. chip alliance. Parker Aerospace congratulates development partner Eviation on first flight of groundbreaking all-electric Alice commuter aircraft. BTRS Holdings Inc. BTRS moves 60.8% higher. Will this strength last? AB to sell remaining stake in Hitachi Energy to Hitachi. Malaysia's MISC signs time charter contracts with Exxon Mobil unit. Canadian carrier places big order for Boeing 737 MAX 10 jets. Arrival produces first production verification van in Microfactory. Update 1 regulator seeks more documents in Standard General's $5.40 BLN Tegna deal. Japan's National Institute of Informatics deepens partnership with Juniper Networks to power its 400G SINET6 academic information network. Chevron delivers first offset paired LNG cargo. Illumina introduces faster, cheaper model of genome sequencing machine. Las Vegas Strip adds famed eatery, huge sports event. RPT Update 2 China certifies C919 jet to compete with Airbus and Boeing photos. U.S. Steel sends revised offer to Union. U-Haul store on Byrne Road in Toledo to close retail showroom. IPO Scorcher Amylyx wins FDA approval in ALS treatment, ending a long battle. Bearish news. Dow Jones futures reverse lower on hot inflation data. Tesla stock falls before AI Day. Bitcoin is getting slammed this month. At least it's doing better than stocks. Altria decides to compete with Jewel. Government bond rally eases stock turmoil. Markets wrap. Britain not in recession yet. ONS reveals as pound recovers from mini-budget plunge. Live updates. Exxon CEO warns Biden administration against limiting fuel exports. Western Asset Inflation-Linked Opportunities and Income Fund. WIW The Fund. CUSIP. 95766R104. Announces notification of sources of distributions. Micron's cut makes the cut. Oil lifted as traders weigh possible OPEC plus production cut. Elon Musk was mulling creating a blockchain-based social media firm before offering to buy Twitter. Mexico targets Pemex oil trader for $1 million storage payment. Nike stock tumbles after warning on profit margin hit from inventory bloat. Nike stock tumbles, to cut nearly 60 points off the Dow's price. Home price appreciation slows for second month, Home Genius Home Price Index reveals. Oil heads for first quarterly loss since 2020. OPEC expected to cut output. Update 1 Dealmakers eye China divestments, rise of India and Shale Asia as M&A pipeline shrinks. Musk texts. Ellison, Dorsey, Rogan among big names supporting Twitter buyout. Austria says it cannot back any current EU gas price cap plan. SoftBank sells entire stake in troubled cloud firm Cinch. Toyota Motor lowers October output target by 6.3%. Update 1 FAA says Boeing has not completed work needed for 737 MAX 7 approval. FAA says Boeing has not completed work needed for 737 MAX 7 approval. FAA says Boeing has not completed work needed for 737 MAX 7 approval. Letter. Asian markets sink on German inflation, British tax cuts. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley cut Alibaba target on revenue concerns. Dealmakers eye China divestments, rise of India and Shale Asia as M&A pipeline shrinks. ESG targets in the hands of NC Utilities Commission. SoftBank planning Vision Fund staff cuts of at least 30%, sources say. Global markets Asian shares head for worst month since pandemic started. Amundi, BlackRock stumble in China as wealth products disappoint. Bed Bath & Beyond's losses widen as sales drop 28%. Oil set for weekly gain as OPEC Plus considers output cut. Oil heads for weekly gain as OPEC Plus considers output cut. Major commodity trader sees looming oil price spikes. Money Lion responds to CFPB's meritless complaint. Chinese yuan hit by mixed PMIs, Asia FXI's steep monthly losses. Tupperware announces settlement of SEC investigation for now divested entity. Harley-Davidson defends LiveWire spin-off after stock decline. Congress votes to suspend tariffs on baby formula ingredient to boost supply. Oil heads for fourth straight monthly loss as OPEC meeting looms. Financing news. Antelope Enterprise Holdings Limited announces pricing of $1 million registered direct offering. Lowe's pledges $2 million to support Hurricane Ian relief efforts. Carebook closes convertible debt financing. Care Trust REIT completes sale of Ohio skilled nursing facilities. Intercontinental Hotels Group plc announces transaction in own shares, September 30. Valneva announces pricing of €102.9 million global offering of American depository shares and ordinary shares. BlackRock, Allianz join $300 million Traveloka funding round. Earnings news. Hawaii Pacific University to host Vanta's Hawaii Esports League Championship this fall. Foresight Enterprise VCT plc, unaudited half-yearly financial report. Oil set for first quarterly drop since 2020 as macro mood sours. Lip Care Product Global Market Report 2022. Bilia AB. Nomination Committee for the 2023 Annual General Meeting. Ambu A.S. Financial Calendar. Umpqua Holdings Corporation announces third quarter 2022 earnings conference call on October 20, 2022. Optical Satellite Communication Global Market Report 2022. Cousins Properties announces dates for third quarter 2022 earnings release and conference call. Playa Hotels and Resorts NV announces dates for third quarter 2022 earnings release and conference call. SLR Investment Corp. schedules the release of its financial results for the quarter ended September 30, 2022. Under Armour, Lululemon stocks fall in wake of Nike's disappointing earnings report. Micron, Mu, Q4 earnings and revenues plunge on weak demand. Procter & Gamble's NYSE PG 5-year total shareholder returns outpace the underlying earnings growth. ChampionX announces third quarter 2022 earnings release and conference call schedule. Chart Industries schedules third quarter 2022 earnings release and conference call. Uranium Energy Corp files fiscal 2022 annual report. Transformative year with industry-leading growth to become the largest diversified North American-focused uranium company. CIRCOR reports financial results for second quarter ended July 3, 2022. The one-year underlying earnings growth at York Water, Nasdaq, YORW, is promising, but the shareholders are still in the red over that time. Earnings are growing at FLEETCOR Technologies, NYSE, FLT, but shareholders still don't like its prospects. New Oriental to report first quarter 2023 financial results on October 26, 2022. Electric van maker Arrival misses quarterly production goal. Oil prices on track for first quarterly loss since 2020. FEMSA publishes the provisional end result of the public tender offer for Valora. Participation rate of 96.87%. Here's how Levi Strauss, Levi, looks just ahead of Q3 earnings. Is Kroger stock a buy after earnings beat? Here's what analysis charts show. Rogers Communications 3Q22 Investment Community Teleconference November 9, 2022 at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Is Walmart stock a buy right now after earnings beat despite slashing profit outlook? Links to articles are below. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates.